All right, let's jump right in. We've all thought about it, right? That nightmare scenario where doing the right thing, telling the truth, could actually get you fired. That's exactly the kind of high stakes puzzle we're tackling today. You see this quote right here? Trust and confidence. I mean, that's everything for a business, isn't it? It's the foundation. You spend years, maybe decades building it up, and, well, you're about to see just how quickly it can all come crashing down. Okay, so let's set the scene. Picture this place, Adelion. It's a family restaurant, been around for 15 years, and they are famous for their steak. It's the kind of place you save for special occasions, birthdays, anniversaries, because you know you're getting top-notch quality. You trust them. And that trust, it's their secret ingredient. And meet Nina. She's the company's internal auditor. Now, her job isn't to cook the steaks or take your order. Nope. Her job is to check the facts. She's the one who makes sure that what the restaurant says it's doing is what it's actually doing. She's basically the truth detective. So Nana's just doing her job, a regular old audit. And that's when she finds something that's going to put her right at a crossroads, forcing her to make a choice between keeping her job and, well, being able to sleep at night. So here's what she found. On the one hand, you've got the promise, what everyone thinks they're getting. High-quality steak. But the reality? Oh, it's a different story. She discovered they're mixing in low-quality meat. Yeah, just to save a few bucks. So what happens when Nina goes to the chefs? You'd think they'd panic, right? But no, they basically just shrug and say, yeah, we're doing it. They call it a, get this, necessary cost reduction measure. They try to convince her it's no big deal, that the meat's totally safe, and customers won't even know the difference. But come on, a lie is a lie. And then they turn up the heat. The chefs start laying it on thick. They tell her, look, if this gets out, we're done. Customers will leave, jobs will be lost, and that includes your job, Nina. The threat couldn't be clearer. Be silent about the matter. So there she is, stuck. She has to choose. Does she keep her mouth shut to protect her job and everyone else's? Or does she do what she's professionally supposed to do and blow the whistle? I mean, what a choice to have to make. Seriously, put yourself in her shoes for a second. What would you do? Now, luckily, in situations like this, professionals like Nina aren't just left to figure it out on their own. There's actually a playbook, a guide for navigating these ethical minefields. It's built around 5 key principles. Let's break them down and see how they can light the way. So this guide is called the IFAC Code of Ethics. You can think of it as a global rulebook for all professional auditors, including Nina. It's not just some stuffy document. It was basically created because of massive corporate scandals in the past. It's designed to be a moral compass, something that points you in the right direction when things get, well, murky.
First up, principle number 1, integrity. This one's the big one, the absolute foundation. It's actually super simple. Just be straightforward and honest. Don't help people lie. It really just boils down to telling the truth. So if we look at Nina's dilemma through this lens, it's a no-brainer. What the chefs are asking her to do is a direct violation of this principle. By staying silent, she's not just ignoring a problem. She's becoming part of the lie. She'd be complicit. Okay, principle number 2 is objectivity. This basically means you can't let anything cloud your professional judgment. Not bias, not a conflict of interest, and definitely not someone trying to pressure you into a decision. And that threat of getting fired, that is a textbook example of what they call undue influence. It's a tactic designed to make her afraid, to compromise her judgment. So to follow this principle, she has to somehow push that fear aside and just look at the cold, hard facts. All right, number 3, professional competence and due care. This one's all about doing your job right. It means you have the knowledge to do the job and you actually do it diligently, following the proper standards. You can't just cut corners. So for Nina, due care is huge here. It means her job isn't done just because she found the problem. She can't just throw her hands up and walk away. Nope, she has to follow through and report her findings properly. If she just accepts what the chefs say and drops it, she's not doing her job. Okay, principle 4 is confidentiality. And this is where things can get a little tricky, a little confusing. An auditor's job is to respect the confidentiality of information. So at first glance, you might think, oh, so she should keep it a secret, right? Well, not exactly. See, the chefs are trying to use this principle as a weapon to silence her. But that's not what it means.
Confidentiality doesn't mean you become an accomplice to deception. It means you don't go shouting it from the rooftops to the public. Her duty is to escalate this internally, to the board, to the audit committee. It's about being responsible, not silent. And that brings us to the fifth and final principle, professional behavior. This one is about the big picture. It's about not doing anything that would make the entire profession look bad. You have to follow laws and regulations and basically not act in a way that discredits what you do. Think about it. Deceiving customers totally discredits the company. But if Nina, the auditor, stays silent, her actions could be seen as discreditable conduct too. It makes all auditors look bad. And beyond just reputation, there are laws, consumer protection laws. What they're doing might be illegal, and by staying quiet, she could be getting herself into some serious legal trouble. So, when you lay it all out, you can really see the conflict here. Nina is being pulled in two totally different directions. On the one side, you have her role as an employee. That's pushing her to be loyal, protect the company's interests, and hey, keep her job. But on the other side, her role as a professional is screaming at her to do the opposite. Uphold these ethical principles, serve the public interest, and report what she found, period. So what's the right call? Well, if we follow the code of ethics, the path is actually crystal clear. Step 1, she has to identify the threats against her, intimidation and self-interest. Step 2, she has to prioritize that code of ethics over some misguided loyalty to management. And step 3, she needs to escalate the issue. Take it to the board or the audit committee. That's the professional path. This whole story might seem like it's just about an auditor in a restaurant, but the dilemma itself, that's something we can all relate to, right? We all have moments where what's easy is at war with what's right. So it really makes you think, and this is the question I want to leave you with. When your job and your integrity are both on the line, what does your compass say?